Fair enough. I mean, that's a whole lot of midness in Hollywood nowadays. Kind of sucks. Yeah. You
Yeah,
know?
yeah.
Like the whole Kung Fu Panda 4 debacle and Megamind 2 I hear was horrid. So yeah.
Oh, yeah. They didn't even. When I heard that it was the Peacock original movie and that they were not even bringing back the original cast, I'm
Yeah.
like, so there's no reason to watch this
Yeah.
movie in
Mhm.
any way. And then they announced a series on top of that. I'm good.
Yikes! Ain't
I'm
nobody
good.
gonna watch that shit. Oh hell no.
I'm good. When the fans were saying we wanted a Megamind 2, we meant that we wanted Will Ferrell back.
Yeah,
We wanted
seriously.
all the OG cast to come back,
What
and we
the
wanted to see
fuck?
that shit in theaters.
Where's my Jonah Hill? He's not here.
Yeah,
Shit.
especially Jonah Hill, bro. He is great in
It's the
that.
equivalent of
Bro,
Rock. It's the equivalent of Rockstar Games giving their fucking OG games to fucking whatever that mobile game developer's names was. You know what I mean? For San Andreas and shit. It's literally just
oh
feels like a
yeah,
third party movie that should never have been made. You know what I mean? That's
yeah.
it. Fuck that. It's Kung Fu Panda 4, from what I heard, is the definition of mid and that it disrespects the original three. It seems like it. I haven't seen it, so I'm not gonna say anything.
Yeah, I
But
haven't seen it either, but I would say I'm a pretty big fan of the Kung Fu Panda. They're really good.
same.
They
They're
are really
amazing.
good movies. That trilogy is solid.
2 is one of my favorite animated films of all time, and that's saying something.
I would agree.
That's
I
saying
would agree,
something
bro.
because there's so
Bro,
many
Gary
good ones.
Oldman was the fucking peacock in Kung Fu Panda
Oh
2,
yeah,
and he killed it with his performance.
slapped.
He was giving it, he was giving an Oscar-winning performance in that booth when he did not need to.
Oh yeah, no, it was amazing, dude. It was amazing.
Yeah.
You know, and Tai Lung in the first one was such a fucking formidable foe, and that voice actor,
Oh.
bro, he brought it. You know, like he's like the main
Yeah.
head honcho in John Wick. I forget his name, but he's fucking badass. So
Yeah.
good for him.
He's so- And the Tai Lung prison break scene will forever be one of the greatest movie scenes I have ever watched in a theater.
Easy.
I don't even know how old I was when I saw it, but I remember being blown away
That shit was fire,
by that.
bro.
And I was scared of Tai Lung as a kid, bro.
When he fuck, when he
was
fucking
menacing.
remember the fucking bridge fight where like he hit that side of the mountain when he was tied up on the bridge and then he fucking spiraled around it and then whipped himself
Yeah.
in the air. Like ain't no way this lion out here doing it big, you know.
Yeah.
Great
That
time.
whole bridge fight with Tai Lung versus the Furious Five is like one of the best action scenes I've seen in an animated movie.
Easy.
It's so good, and it's funny too because it's like they're all leaving one by one to go like help the others, and then the last one standing holding up the entire
Yeah,
bridge.
Mantis,
the
he's just
fucking
a little
Mantis.
bug. You know what I mean? He's just holding all
Yeah.
that shit. I love it, man. It's great.
Yeah,
The movies were so fucking well made, and they came from such a wonderful place. Kung Fu Pandas 1 and 2 were some of the best animated films.
Solid.
3 is pretty
Solid.
good. It's not as good as 1
it's
and
not
2,
as good,
but
it has
it's pretty
moments.
good. Exactly. It's not as good as 1 and 2, but it's pretty good. You know, like I
Yeah.
can say it's a decent one. But then 4, I mean, from what I hear, I mean, first of all, Tigress is barely in it, which...
I've heard the whole Furious Five is like a cameo.
Yeah, I'm not behind that at all.
Yeah.
Apparently, Poe needs to name his successor, and it's just this random chick who steals stuff. You know, definitely worthy successor.
Aquafina.
Yeah, that's my thing. Is
Aquafina.
like, if Aquafina actually gonna be the main fucking character of the Kung Fu Panda franchise? Because if that's the case, I'm out. I was out before I came in. Aquafina? Jesus
The
Christ.
thing is, like, the whole plot point of having to find a successor to be the Dragon Warrior, why?
No!
He's not even old.
Yeah,
Like-
maybe Jack Black is, but even then, no.
Yeah.
Alright? The
As
fucking
far as I'm concerned, Poe looks the same as he did in the trilogy.
Poe looks
He's
the
probably
same.
the same age.
He's not
So-
old. He hasn't matured enough. If he finds a woman and settles down and like has a kid and then trains that kid to be the Dragon Warrior, that's what I'd love to see. That's what I'd
Yeah.
want to see. And then, like, let's say he trains the kid, and then all that hard work, and then the kid's not even chosen. Like, hey, like, yeah, I want to see that shit. You know what I mean? Why not?
Yeah.
But, you know, at the end of the day, it doesn't matter what our opinions are.
Yeah.
Those execs' heads are so fucking far up their own ass, they can't hear the fan base. Instead, they're just going to listen to their own wallets and think, okay, how
Yeah.
can we extract as much money as possible? And that's what this is. So,
I haven't seen Kung Fu Panda 4, but this is going to be my annual. This is what I saw on Twitter. That was really good. So someone was saying that for Kung Fu Panda 4, Tigress should have been the successor to be the Dragon Warrior, because kind of the whole plot point for her arc, at least in the first movie, was that she was accepting that anyone could be the Dragon Warrior, because she thought it was going to be her until Master Oogway picked Poe.
Right.
She thought she was destined to be the Dragon Warrior, and that's what she was training for, and it ended up not happening. So her kind of character arc was not only accepting Poe, but accepting that the Dragon Warrior could have been anybody. And so someone on Twitter pointed out that it would have been nice if her arc in Kung Fu Panda 4 would have been that, she does become the Dragon Warrior after all. It's something that she was training for, but maybe now she's earned it because she's learned to accept Poe. Like, she's not as stubborn as she was in that first movie.
Right.
You know what I mean? That first movie, she was a bully. Essentially,
Yeah.
She fucking hated Poe when he was first picked to be the Dragon Warrior. And then so, like, over time, she's accepted him into essentially the family of the Furious Five, and she's grown a lot as a person. I would assume because of that. And so I think her being the successor makes a lot of sense.
I mean, with Tigress,
for her to be the next Dragon Warrior.
I agree. I mean, with Tigress, when it comes to 1 and 2, like, you could tell how pissed off she was at the decision in 1, but kind of like just kind of accepted it, like, partially. Yeah. And then in 2, it was a smooth transition because she saw how hard
aggressive.
Yeah, exactly, right. And then in 2, she was initially passive aggressive, but then as she saw like Poe working his ass off on that boat. Like, Tiger's kind of like, it's
I love that scene.
I love that scene too. It's like, hit the hand, and then he hits it. It's like, damn! But I'm gonna say that after that, she kind of like, oh, okay, I see why he's the Dragon Warrior. He's a hard worker. He's persevering. Good job. You know what I mean? And then after like almost losing him, she started to realize how much Poe meant to her. So once again. The Tigress transition works, it makes sense, and then her being the Dragon Warrior after accepting and learning to be accepting of whatever position she's presented, it makes a lot of sense. One point I do want to add is, what initially turned me off when I watched Kung Fu Panda 4 trailer? The villain.
Shapeshifter?
Not because of the actor or whatever. No, it's because they have to sit on the previous villains in order to hype this film up. Yeah. I hate that they have to bring back old villains just so they can sell tickets. I think there are circumstances where that's acceptable, but like a No Way Home or whatever. But you actually have to bring these characters back and add more depth to it. Like, I remember seeing this one video essay that mentioned that, well, if Tai Lung came back, I would have actually liked to see Tai Lung actually accept that he's not the Dragon Warrior, just like Tigress.
Yeah, like a redemption arc.
Yeah, like he comes back and then he realized what he did and he's like, you know what, I shouldn't have done those things, and with all the time in the afterlife to reflect on it, I apologize. Like, if we've seen some growth, then I 100% without a shadow of a doubt bring Tai Lung back. But just to bring him back as essentially a final boss battle at the end of the movie, and that's it, fuck off. It's just spitting. It's just spitting on the image of what he is, As far as I'm concerned, Kung Fu Panda 4, it's not in my headcanon. It's not there. It doesn't exist. I'm going to watch it eventually, but when I do, I know I'm not going to be wowed. I'm just not. Continue.
And the whole thing of like the chameleon, what does she do? She like takes their souls, right? And she can like shapeshift into them, or can she just shapeshift into them?
Yeah.
So I feel like Kai kind of already had that power in Kung Fu Panda 3. Because you remember the jade statues? He would like take down former kung fu masters,
right?
And then
but he wouldn't he wouldn't bring back the original voice actors. So that's what that is. Yeah.
Oh yeah. You got to market the movie, right?
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
It's just, I think even though the Kung Fu Panda 3's villain wasn't as memorable as the first two, I think they really gave him a strong opener by defeating Master Oogway in the afterlife. That is a great opener.
Yeah. But also, I think what's funny is the fact that, he's not the most memorable villain kind of on purpose. The whole running joke in that movie is he says his name and people are like, who?
Who?
So we don't know who you are,
This film isn't about you, dog. It really isn't,
Yeah. He's like, I'm Kai, and then everyone's just like,
Who?
You exist? Like, it's like, who? Like, even my sister, I remember, like, we were talking about Kung Fu Panda one day, and she just brought up, she was like, I don't even remember who the villain was in 3. And I'm like, it was Kai. And she said, who? And I'm like, exactly.
I always think, like, the sword chain guy. That's it. I don't remember his name.
Yeah.
Okay, no.
I think of J.K. Simmons. That's J. Jonah Jameson
There
right
you
there.
go.
That's what I think of.
He gets
Who
it.
is the villain in Kung Fu Panda 3? J. Jonah Jameson.
Damn straight. You serious? I'll stop.
You serious?
Oh, man. Anything else you wanted to talk about when it comes to Kung Fu Panda 4 or Megamind?
Fuck Megamind 2.
Yeah.
That's it. That's all I got. That's all I got. I don't know anything about the movie. I'm not going to watch it.
I don't want
I never will.
I really don't. After seeing all the fucking backlash that movie's gotten and seeing the marketing, I can't even fathom spending an hour and a half of my life watching that bullshit. I'll just watch the first one again.
I saw 10 seconds of the trailer and I hated it. So I was like,
clip off. I'm not watching it. I'm not doing it.
I was like,
I'm not doing it.
As someone who's already iffy on sequels in general, if you fuck it up in the marketing, nah.
Yeah.
It's like, nah, I'm good. Movies need to justify having a sequel.
They really do.
Even when good movies announce that they're getting a sequel, I'm always iffy. I'm like, you're gonna ruin the first movie. Like, and don't touch it. Don't touch it. When they announced Into the Spider-Verse 2, like 4 years ago, I was like, no, you're gonna ruin the first one. Don't touch it. Don't make a sequel just because the first one was successful. But no, Cross Spider-Verse was fucking goated. I love it.
It's like making
it was a good ass movie.
It's like making a Reservoir Dogs 2. Like, why?
Why?
They're all dead. They're all dead.
Why?
Literally every single son bitch in there is dead. One's not confirmed, but that's it. That's literally what this is. It's dumb.
Well, we're gonna confirm. It's like, no.
Hour and a half film of him just running from the cops. Yeah, Jesus Christ. It is what it is. Dumb.
Yeah.
So, all right.